7,860 pounds, and it is one windy son of a gun today here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Actually, the third time I've tried to get this footage because I got wind and rained out the first two times. The 324 J-Flight SLX, this is the Simple Series sister, I like that alliteration there, to the very popular J-Flight 32 BHDS. Basically the same layout. This is just the one that it doesn't go too far overboard on features and equipment, so it stays far more true to more of a base level, family-friendly price tag. A neat thing on this one here is actually it's basically full level of travel accessibility that you maintain with the slides closed like you see right now. Now it does get a little tight in a couple spots. Like you're definitely going to have to do a little bit of that sideways travel trailer shuffle. But you can get in from the main entry door, you can get in from the bathroom door, you can get into the bunkhouse, you can get to every storage cabinet in this entire thing with the slide closed. What's really always impressed me about the J-Flight SLX series, and for some reason this floor plan in particular, is not how much less money and less weight or whatever it is than a 32 BHDS and what they took out of it. But it actually has always impressed me how much of the full-blooded 32 BHDS is still here. And I think that's actually more true now than there ever has been. We are still, oh, by the way, there are some optional things present here, like that hide-a-bed. That's not standard. Decors could change, you know, as time goes on. So this is an example of one of these. Maybe not the one we have in stock, but a one we have had. Anyway, like we can upgrade the air conditioner to a 15,000 BTU, just like Big Brother J-Flight. We will typically do that on this big two-slide trailer, based on a lot of consumer feedback. You still got that big central like pantry linen closet right there, which is also a nice area. If when you see the outside of the RV tour, you're going to see that like your water heater and a lot of things are actually down under there. So it's kind of out of the way, but it's an easy access point for winterizing. We still have the full-size 84-inch long U-dinette here, so it's not the pretend U-dinette, but a full U-dinette. And what's also neat is take a look at this, especially with the hide-a-bed option that we have added to this one. There's some very nice bonus sleeping available in this floor plan right here. You can sleep, obviously, a bunch of people back in the bunk room, like 3 or 4 back there, but if you have to, you could sleep 3 or 4 more here, plus 2 in the bedroom. So you could easily have 6 to 8 to 10 people in here without having to resort to throwing like air beds on the floor, which there's nothing wrong with that. You just don't have to do that here. Now, we'll talk more about it outside, but J-Flights have double the warranty of basically anything else in this class. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about construction inside today. I'd usually do that outside. I'll save that for the end of the interior tour because the weather outside is just windy. You already saw it. Never mind. So this can fold down. There's full storage below it. The tri-fold sleeper sofa hide-a-bed over here, that is an upgrade we've applied to this one right here. Again, based on a lot of consumer feedback. They say, you know, we're just not as happy with that jackknife. And it's not even so much I think that people want the sleeping, it's just that this is way more comfortable to sit on. Not even worried about sleeping. Now, neat thing here, again, just like Big Brother J-Flight, here's an easy example. All of our windows are fully trimmed out in the J-Flight series. And what I like about that is that it gives the nightshade anchor something to really bite into instead of just single sheet Luan. Another neat thing, in the most basic travel trailer they make, they still have insulated slide flooring in here. You can see that double-sided thermal foil there. Now, you're seeing that the material in the slide box. And you're like, wait a minute. J-Flight just talks about plywood, 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 and I'm going to talk about it later. Why do I see structure wood in the slide out? And that is because it is a purpose-built material. Jayco used to use plywood in their slide flooring, and it was okay. It was better than just basic OSB. So you're saying, yeah, so what is that? It's a material called PMAX. It's a specially made material. It's literally designed strictly for slide-out floors. It is thicker, stronger than a plywood deck base could be. And where that's really kind of nice, guys, remember when I had that slide closed and I was sneaking through it? Well, you kind of step on the tip of the slide out a little bit, and that stuff is stronger. It's not likely to like break down and buckle and get wrecked, basically. It's a stronger thing for longer lasting construction, and that's what I like about these guys. Your big slide windows here open for airflow, especially if you open the big screen door I'm next to. Plenty of air in here. These are also 6'9" interiors. We are 3 inches taller inside, all the way across. Not with a bubbly vault, but all the way across. And what that gives us, ladies and gentlemen, is taller slides, taller showers, which I love, taller bunks, bigger cabinets, and just a general, overall, nicer, better feeling. Now, one of the things you always want to know is storage. And that is one of the things I think this RV does well. Let's take a look at the kitchen in a little more depth and detail. Something they did extremely well in the 324 J-Flight is not wasting a single ounce of space potential here in the kitchen. Got a 6'9" pantry next to the fridge. You see they didn't waste any of the storage space below the fridge. Overhead here, easy look at the big overhead pocket screwed cabinetry. As we swing past down, you can also see that we've got a big wastebasket space available below the sink. And drawers to the floor. Last year, the SLX series only had 2 drawers in here. They have improved the total quantity of drawers and matched that of the Big Brother full-blown J-Flight. But what's also nice is we have this wraparound storage area here that makes it very easy to get to every bit of storage below that countertop space. So to finish up a couple high points in the kitchen there, one thing I do really want to talk about, again, just like Big Brother full-blown 32 BHDS J-Flight, we've got the same sealed edge thermal foil counters here with a recessed, really big sink that you have in Big Brother J-Flight. Here at their most basic or starter camper area. I mean, they're doing everything that matters and doing it very well. We do have central air, central heat, all LED lighting. You will stay pretty darn comfortable in here. It's not a Four Seasons camper. It's not pretending to be. It's not trying to be. This is a family camper for spring, summer, fall use. And that's, you know, if you're looking for extended season stuff, we have that here at Haylett RV too. You know, and there's, oh my God, there's so many floor plans that are shaped like this. Like, obviously I've been yakking all about the 32 BHDS J-Flight, the big brother to this one. But there's also the 294 Cherokee, which is effectively the same thing. If you need something a little bit shorter, you can consider the 27 DBS Grey Wolf. You'll give up the bunkhouse privacy, but you still gain about everything else, and you shave off a lot of space. There's also lightweight options like we have here at Passport and Open Range and Freedom Express and White Hawk and God knows how many others. So again, I keep talking about the taller ceiling in here, and this is why I love it, because I can stand in the shower with these. One of the questions I get all the time is, hey Josh, what do you camp in? It's a good question. You hear me talk about these things all the time, so what did I actually choose? It was a J-Flight. And this right here was one of the major reasons, because when I wake up in the morning, I'm just not pleasant. I'm just kind of nasty. And I did not want to have to do this in the shower. I just wanted to stand here and relax. For me, the J-Flight SLX was a really good fit because it was the best combination I had seen. I like the little door lock on the bathroom. That's something a lot of brands will miss. But anyway, it was the best combination of quality, simplicity, which corresponds to that intangible value number. It was the best value camper for me. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily the best RV for you, but it fit my wants, my needs very, very well, and I don't regret it a bit. So back here, it's kind of funny. I don't think Jayco was the first one to come up with these little fold open, fold closed. They can be a lounge, they can be a sofa, they can be double beds. This thing can be a huge like king bed if you want it, if you fold them both open. Jobs here, but they were one of the first to give it a name, and they call it the J-Cube futon. And what's funny is Jayco became so successful with this that a lot of other brands have started calling theirs the J-Cube, because so many other customers walk in and go, do you have ones with the J-Cubes? And it's that popular. Interesting, last year, I saw customers asking, can I get rid of this and put a jackknife sofa in here? And that kind of surprises me. And when I asked them why they wanted to do it, they said, because, well, we thought this was kind of cheap, and we don't feel it's as flexible. And I actually personally disagree. You buy whatever makes more sense to you. But this is the most flexible thing I've ever seen. First of all, they're free floating. If you don't want them here, you can literally do anything you want. You can take these things out and just keep them in a bag at home and put them in if you trade or resell a camper and give the kids a big old open play space right here. You could make them like a little desk or something with a little portable folding table, because obviously the overhead bunk here folds up during the day. And notice too that they're not using those less expensive little bullet latches into the walls. And there's nothing wrong with that, but they've made this even easier with these self-supporting struts where you can just pick the bed up and down. Now here's the detail stuff I like to show you in these videos that you can't always, like, especially first-time buyers. You don't know to look at this stuff, so take a look at this. I used to say that Jayco's bunk mattresses were 50% thicker than industry standard, but that's no longer true, because they're double the thickness now of industry standard, because the industry standard got thinner, and they didn't. And notice this plywood, no OSB. superior grade materials even where they're not expecting you to look. And that's why even this bed right here has a 300-pound rating. I've seen as low as 150 from other brands. All LED lighting, actually it lights up very nicely back here. And this is another thing, the pleated shades, they went with almost like a black this year. Well, not almost, it is a black. But if you really want privacy, you want to blot out the sun, this thing will get it done, son. So, sounds kind of like a Sir Mix-a-Lot song I heard once. Anyway, so over here we've got a 50% larger, what I call big kid bunk. It's wider. It goes over the outside kitchen. There are some brands that'll have just a normal single bunk here, but when you lose that, when it's not as deep, you lose all of this amazing entertainment and bonus closet storage. And I think they may have recently redesigned this. It's been a little while since I looked through it, but you've got all sorts of entertainment space here. And this is actually kind of cool. Jayco doesn't buy their bunk ladders. They actually build them. It's thicker, stronger, heavier, so that even adults can climb up that thing and it doesn't bend or, you know, buckle or waver or nothing. And little, I call it like DVD shelves, not maybe now Blu-ray shelves or Xbox PS4 shelf or whatever, and just more storage. Oh, they did redesign this because this did not used to have a shoe garage for the kids back there. That is cool right there. TV hookups, by the way. All right, moving forward. We already talked about the height of bed. We talked about the insulated. I think we're doing pretty good, actually. We're about we're cruising right along. Just give you a nice little panoramic view over here. Neat thing I do like to point out, though. Again, what impresses me. They call this their entry-level product, but they're still doing things like including struts on the overhead doors. They're still doing things like, if this is called the style. This is the cabinet door frame. This is the style. Reach back here and touch this when you're shopping. If you shop in this price point, you're going to find a lot of particle board and staples. Not here. This, if you reach back and touch it, you can feel this is real. This is called lumber core. It's wood with a wrap. But that's very price effective. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's still wood and it's screwed together. You're not supposed to. I've actually found out there were a couple brands that have been trying to pocket screw particle board cabinets to give people the illusion of a higher quality cabinet when they reach back there. But particle board cabinets, if you compromise the structure, they will deteriorate. So it's a cabinet that's basically built for failure. I do like this, a big shoe garage by the entry door. You heard me get excited about it in the bunkhouse. I'm just as excited about it here. And frankly, I think this one will probably get more use because it's right next to the door. Now, this is kind of neat. They've updated their entertainment system here in the SLX series. This is a Bluetooth-enabled IRV stereo. And what's awesome, guys, here we are in a base series camper, what you're going to call entry level. This is Bluetooth ready. It's app ready. And you've got both HDMI and USB face-mounted plugs so that if you get a Chromecast or Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, this basic camper can be streaming media friendly. Nice little phone charge station over here. But notice too, they're actually running high-def wiring for you. So that if you do have a high-def entertainment source and you put a high-def TV in it, you can actually get high-def imagery. That is something that not every RV has, but I don't think a lot of people understand what that means. Another little update over last year is just like you'll see the same thing. Oh, there's I forgot where I hung my coat. Pardon me, guys. I left my coat hanging up in here because I was getting wind blasted. But anyway, these are not just prepped for a TV in the bedroom anymore. They're actually putting the mount in for you. And this is a very simple to operate, easy, quick release mount. So if you choose to install a bedroom TV, you can remove it during the day. This same TV bracket, which presumably if you add a TV to it, has a TV on it, can remount outside. So you can have one TV servicing multiple areas. There's actually 4 entertainment areas in this basic starter camper. So this is the shorter Camp Queen. But what that means, they left you room to walk around the bed. This is a nice, easy walk-around bed, ladies and gentlemen. And if you choose to go to an 80-inch full queen, you have room to do it. You're not relegated to only the shorter Camp Queen. There is easy lift storage below the bed. Thankfully, even this bed's strutted. Again, more of the things that are present in the full-blown J-Flight still present here in the base series SLX. And the dual side stands with household outlets for like CPAP friendliness just kind of rounds out the package. We like to finish this off by adding in the very nice like bedroom linen complement, because obviously it complements the decor since they knew what colors they were working with when they designed this down there. Miss Stacy Stewart, Jayco's interior design team lady, doing just a great job with these. They keep getting better. I like that they softened up the color of the cabinetry a little bit as compared to last year, and it just kind of it evened out and just softened up the light dark contrast in here, which also makes the RV look better. So between the better lighting, the taller ceiling, all kinds of stuff, this is a dynamite package. They did a good job here. One more time, just a quick reminder that it is super windy today, and unfortunately, with the volume of trailers that we have coming through here, I don't really have the luxury of just waiting for a nice day. I kind of have to get my footage when I can get it, and the show must go on. Rain, wind, sun, sleet, lightning, and snow at the same time, which is a thing that happens in Michigan sometimes. I call it thunder snow. Anyway, back to this camper. Everything that matters, nothing that doesn't, but it's really smart in what they do. So first of all, what you would often refer to as like an entry series camper doesn't usually get an awning that big. That is a big awning that you can put a lot of patio space under, plenty of room for tables, even outside TV, hookups and mounts, very much like the J Feather and White Hawk sisters in the Jayco lineup. Now this is an easy tilt awning, and I'm not dumb enough to open it on a windy day like this, but I do want to point out the fact that you've actually got speakers in the awning arms. Let me see if the camera wants to cooperate. There you go. You can actually see that right there. What's kind of cool about that is it's less holes that you need to actually run through the walls of the camper, and also when they open, they point down at your campsite instead of out at the neighbors. Now this has a full big pass-through storage with extra wide and extra tall baggage doors on both sides. That does go all the way under the bed. This is interesting in this category. All LED tail and marker lights. Here on the most basic product Jayco makes, they still do better lighting than the standards of luxury fifth wheels out there. That is pretty incredible. Plus, if you notice, they actually take the extra time to top seal all those components to help keep them protected from extra weather. The extra long diamond plate on this wraps down to help protect a custom engineered chassis. Every single Jayco RV rides on a custom built chassis where basically it might be made by the same manufacturer as the bulk of the chassis in the RV industry, pardon the umbrella, but the idea here is that every single Jayco chassis is custom, cambered, and engineered for the load demands of that specific floor plan. So they know how this one's shaped, they know what it weighs, they know how people are going to build it, and they build this chassis according to those needs, not a general chassis from a catalog. One of the other interesting things about this, and it's the way that they accomplish the taller interior without taller exterior, is the integrated A-frame on this custom engineered chassis. And what that allows them to do is essentially lower the floor. This has a lower floor instead of a taller ceiling. So they were able to improve the center of towing gravity and things like that. You also notice that all the windows are UV tinted at a more basic price point. You don't always run into that. Sometimes you will, not all the time. So I want to point it out so you can see the difference. Now, something you won't find anywhere other than unless it's even like a Jayco fifth wheel, is Goodyear Endurance American sourced, American made radial tires. These are rated for up to 87 miles an hour. Not that you should ever be driving that fast with them, mind you. But they also, they're rated at 80 PSI, meaning you can go to like any tire pump and get them topped off. Even those little simple, like, what do I want to say, residential grade air compressors you can put in like the back of your back seat or something like that don't take up a lot of space. They can usually go up to 120 PSI. So this is something that you can self-manage, and I like all the hookups and all the water heater and stuff kind of protected in here. And you know what, that outside shower between these two slides kind of just sandwiched in here, if you really want to kind of put up a little curtain, do a little quick rinse off exterior cowboy shower, well, you kind of could. Now, there are optional pieces of equipment shown on this camper. For instance, this specific one in this video has both an enclosed underbelly and a 15,000 BTU air conditioner. That is not to say that every single 324 J-Flight SLX here at Haylett RV is going to possess those features. This is generally how we like to build them, and this is based on consumer feedback. Last year, we kept these things basically completely stripped down base model. We had a lot of people say, I want a hide-a-bed. On a big two-slide camper, I want that extra powerful air conditioner. I want the underbelly to be enclosed on something that size. So we kind of redesigned how we put these together based on your feedback. So thank you very much for that. LED tail and marker lights, to circle back to that, where this is important, guys, and why you need to know this. At highway speeds, LED taillights flash 5 milliseconds faster than incandescent bulbs. That's a literal blink of the eye. So why do you care about 5 milliseconds? The answer is because that means up to 60, or pardon me, at 60 miles an hour anyway, that means up to 5 foot of additional stopping time for the vehicle behind you. And that is a big, big difference. We are backup camera ready. And we have those available via our parts and service center. And I will try to wrap this up because now I'm at the point where I can't really shield the camera from the wind very well. This is not my greatest camera work. Not that I'm an amazing cameraman anyway, but neither here nor there. Here's something else that I think is cool. This is a basic camper with a full outside kitchen. We still have cabinetry. And check, even outside here, we still have pocket screwed cabinets that are self-strutted to hold themselves open. We have all kinds of appliance space and appliance outlets here. A real sink with a real drain that drains into a holding tank, not just the dog dish that you flip on the ground. We've got the 2-burner outside little cooktop right here, and if you fold it down, you just got a stainless steel little prep station. And even out here, we still have all plywood boxed full ball bearing glide extension drawers. They don't cut down any, and the bigger outside refrigerator, not the college kid mini fridge. You know, so you can keep a lot of extra drinks out here. So total refrigerator space in this is a lot greater than what you'd find in a lot of basic entry-level campers. Also handy is the outside access to the bathroom right here. And in case you're a bit of a shy person, don't worry, there is a deadbolt for that door, just like the main deadbolt for the main entry door. Also notice too, still triple entry steps. They didn't try to cut the corner and drop down to doubles. There is no corners are cut here. This is nothing more than it has to be, but no corners are cut. Everything that should be here is still here. That's what I respect out of these. Now the refrigerator in the bathroom, no pun intended, are the number 1 and number 2 reasons people come in and out of the camper all day. So having the fridge and the bathroom right here accessible from outside of the camper, it does wonders to cutting down on the foot traffic through your RV. So much less dirt. And again, simple little outside TV hookups here, and that's a nice little update over previous generations. There's LED lighting under the awning. Like I said, it is easy tilt, and something I should have mentioned immediately when we stepped outside is the fact that this has double the warranty. The full camper warranty of anything else in a basic or what you call starter camper class. So again, I appreciate you folks kind of tolerating through the wind noise here. Hopefully we were able to shield the worst of that for you. This is even simple solar prepped. I forgot to talk about that. Give us a call, learn a little bit more about it. We don't do hidden dealer fees, but we do everything else at Haylett RV, including hitching, there's the word, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, and everything in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Jayco camping, everyone. See how I did that? I threw the Jayco in there? Nice and cheesy way to wrap that up, don't you think?